told, the powers that be of the technology state that we are live, my friends. Well, it's almost 11 a.m. Way later than I wanted to get started today. I'm just going to do my usual, test the audio and everything, make sure that it doesn't sound like hot garbage. Okay. Oop. There we go. I've got an ad again, surprise, surprise. And then as soon as the ads are done, I can actually hear oh my, 3 ads? I'm making so much money off myself here. Oh, I can skip this one, yay. Okay, I can hear. And then as soon as the ads are done, the audio sounds fine, so we're good. Happiness has been reached. So, chat's there, camera's here. Breakfast. Pork rice. Here, I'll show you guys what the fixins are this morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. Get off my face. Yeah, so this is, got myself an Americano, iced, a little bowl of soup, a pot of tea, the pickles, love pickles, hot chili sauce, rice, pork, egg, cucumber. Who needs anything more? Not I. This is perfect. So yeah, the title sounds clickbaity. It is a little bit, but it's intentional. I went to bed early last night. Well, early-ish. And I woke up at around 2:30 in the morning, wide fucking awake, unable to get back to sleep until almost 7. So I was not happy. I was trying to get here for 8 o'clock this morning, but I knew that being awake for as long as I had been, it was going to be a nightmare. So I'm like, yeah. So I managed to put myself to sleep for a little bit, and because I was feeling rough. You ever have those when it's just like you can't really properly sleep? Oh, it's good. Nice little broth. Chili sauce. Most people would want to sample it first, but I'm not most people. I just pour it all over everything. I don't care. It's delightful, delicious, it's perfection. All a man needs. So, good morning. I know normally Tuesdays and Thursdays are my kind of floaty days, where I do whatever I feel like I please. Oh, good morning, Portia. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, so today is, like I said, I could have put up a short that I had ready, but I also wanted to come out here and have breakfast. I was thinking about doing this Tuesday, but I was like, nah. So I decided to come today. Breakfast of champions. And I needed this today. Oh, good. So this plate of pork rice is $2, 8,000 real. Coffee's $1.25. So I am. That's National Road 60 behind me. The river is here, so I'm right on the corner. I've done my talks and walks before. Nice. It's not too far into my neighborhood. I love it here. Amazing. Delicious. Let me get, I'm sure my phone doesn't go stupid on me. No, of course. Why would the iPhone want me to cooperate? I could figure out. Oh, it's not going to cooperate at all. Setting brightness. There used to be. Well, let's see. Is it here? No. Oh, there. It slid the other way. Okay. Maybe that'll work. The brightness is just a little too high. It drains the batteries too quick on that one. So yeah. Trying to think what's going on. My life is just good. Don't have a complaint in the world, to be honest. I really love the neighborhood. It's a little outside of town, but I'm cool with it. It suits my needs at the moment. So I signed up for 3 months here. So I'm happy with it. I'm content being here. Oh. Portrait, where do you sit? Fit and float day away, my dude. Yeah. Hello, nightlife. Hello. Yeah, so Saturday's vlog here. I typically will do a live stream Saturdays, which is Sunday here. So Paul mentioned to me that she wants to go to the temples up to Angkor Wat on Sunday. So she's going to come over to my place in the morning, probably around 5 or 6. And then we're going to take my motorcycle up to the temples. And then once we get settled in up there, I'm going to do a live stream for about an hour or so, wandering around the temples. And then I'm going to go hang out with her and film and make some more. So it's going to be an action-packed day for me. So I was going to do the temples today, but when she said that she wanted to go up to Angkor Wat, I was like, oh, heck yeah. Again, the local perspective in the temples is invaluable. Invaluable. So, she said she wants to go to Angkor Thom. So, that's where we're going. Which I do believe Angkor Thom is the, I call it the Bayon complex. So the Bayon is the center. There's a square. So Angkor Wat would be perspective. Angkor Wat would be, I think, okay, here. Angkor Wat would be about this size. And then this would be the Bayon or Angkor Thom. But double this. 9 kilometers, I think it is, around. Massive, massive spot. So in the center of that complex is Bayon and a couple of other temples. So I think she wants to go in there. I don't think there is a temple called Angkor Thom. If there is, we'll find out. I'm okay with it. But there's a couple of temples that I want to go. So she wants to do like 2 or 3. So we'll be kind of running around like chickens with our heads cut off. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, I had lunch yesterday with Ian, your buddy subscriber from Toronto. Hello, Ian. If he's watching. We went to the noodle soup place down in town. So good. It's a nice time to hang out and chat. Yeah, nice having somebody to chat with from Canada, because our opinions our viewpoints on things, like Americans and I get along great, Europeans no problem, but Canadian we have a certain perspective on things, so it helps every now and again to connect to somebody that's from home. We also lived in Toronto, so and he's traveled all over Asia too, so it's not like it's his first rodeo out here. Okay. Everything looks stable. Just want to double check on things. So, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask away. I can ramble on my own, no problem. So, most people understand. Oh. So typically with this, is you will take your bite of your pork and your rice and you dip it in the soup. You kind of have soup underneath it. That gives you your salt out of it. So, and it boosts the flavors of everything you've got. It's delightful here. So good. So after I get done here, I'm gonna take a little bike ride. My exercise so far this week has mostly been bicycling. Oh, Portia, yeah, you hear a water fountain. Yeah, there is a water here. My apologies, I should have showed this off earlier. Yeah, this is where I'm sitting and looking. So right next to the flamingos, there, a little bit of a water feature, and there's water flowing out of pipes over there. Sounds like a waterfall. Little distraction from the sound of the traffic and stuff behind me. Again, I don't know how well this is coming across for you guys with traffic, and they got music playing over there. I'm fine with all of it. I don't care. I'm in a happy place. Yeah. Oh. So these streams I'm going to be doing randomly on, it'd be either my Wednesday or Friday, or back home would be the Tuesday or Thursday. I'm thinking to just kind of fart around town and do stuff, but I don't know times. Mornings are usually we're no big deal, but since it's a new place, I've been sleeping in. I've been getting my beauty sleep. So I've been like 9 o'clock, I've been getting out of bed. I'm like, oh my God, feels so good. Way different than 5 a.m. But I'm thinking sometimes later afternoons, so I don't know what that's going to do for the view counts or stuff, but you know, people watch me from all over the world, so I guess it doesn't matter when I go live. Life is so good here. So, I mentioned it the other day, but Alan and Dean had another health scare. I didn't go into detail, and I'm not going to today as well. But if you follow my channel and you know who Alan and Dean are, their channel is linked in the videos and stuff a fair amount. It's Cambodia Adventures in. But Dean had a video posted yesterday, and he went into detail about everything. And they're going to be taking a little bit of a break from filming, which I understand 100%. At no point would I ever think that this supersedes everything else. Huan, hello, good morning. Good morning to you as well. Yeah, so for me, Dean taking care of himself and getting better, I am a big fan and supporting of. So, I talked to Dean yesterday, and I think they said that they're going to stay in Phnom Penh for a little while. I think they were planning to anyway, but I think it's under advisement of the doctors as well, to stay a little bit longer. Fortunately, yeah, a lot of folks did, and I did want to address too that I was reading through the comments there, and I recognize a lot of you guys from the comment section, and that your words and kindness is boundless, and I know it's appreciated by me, and I know it's also appreciated by the lads. So thank you. I'm happy that we can share a community of really kind people. So it makes me very proud that the content we do attracts these kind of people. So it is appreciated. I'm going to message Dean later to see about popping down for a day or two, seeing if you know, I can help out, at least just moral support, or to, you know, take the piss out of them. Mark Paxson, hello from Canberra, Australia. Oh, hello from Siem Reap, Cambodia. It's funny because I always thought that Australia would be close to everything here in Asia, and then I looked at it and I'm like, the world map we have lies. Sorry, if I'm looking odd, the girls have this long pole with a basket on the end. And I think I've seen that before for mango picking. But I didn't see a mango. I'm like, I don't see mangoes up there. Unless they got them all. Mark, yeah, I hope the lads get over this health issue, yeah. So, Dean is in good spirits. I think he's getting released today, is the word on the street. I messaged him this morning before I left. I haven't heard back yet. Which means that they're either busy getting released or en route to wherever they're staying. So, yeah, I checked into bus tickets. And I could leave here early in the morning on Monday. Be there for the afternoon and then come back home Wednesday. I'll also check for Sunday night, but I'll see. If I can get an overnight bus, I like those too. So, but oh man, the pickles, they put ginger in them. Pickled ginger is one of my favorite fucking flavors. It fixes everything. I eat a lot of ginger. I eat a lot of ginger here. Actually, I started up my ginger bug, and I gotta go get garlic today. I make my own chili crisp or chili oil, and I used up the last of it at my last apartment. I just haven't made it here yet at this one. And I promised Sopal that I would make some for her too, because she likes spicy food. So when I'd be cooking for her and her daughter, I would make it, as I like to say, Western style. Her daughter doesn't like spicy food, so I would save the spice. So I'd make her a plate, and then I would, you know, make up the rest of it for Sopal and I with some chili crisp or chili oil. And she liked my recipe, so I'm going to make a batch for myself and for her so she can take some home. Hopefully it doesn't mean that she stops coming over. Chili crisp is great. I've been making it for years. I kind of had to in Canada. In Toronto, getting it was no big deal. The Asian markets were all over the place. Montreal, not so much. Fredericton, really not so much. There was a couple places in Florida I could find it, but it was not easy to get a hold of. So I found it easier just to make it myself. You know, I prefer the bright red chilies. We used to call them like the Chinese one. I get a jar of it. And I could get that for like $2.50, and I could end up getting like 3 batches out of it. And if I didn't have it, I'd just get the regular chili peppers and make it. But locally here, I can get that, and I blend it. They're bright red chilies. because it's like it's ground, so you get a little bit of the outside of the chilies, not just the seeds, so you get a better flavor out of it. And then what I do is I do half and half of that in chili peppers, and I mince garlic and ginger and salt, and I mix it in the bottom of the container with then I add the chilies. Then I heat my oil, and the oil has star anise, cinnamon. I've been putting cloves in it lately because I like the flavor of cloves. And oh, candy, ginger candy. Oh, candied fresh ginger is really good. Oh, the meal here is phenomenal, Mark. It's just for $2. That's the thing too, is like this is just down the street from my house, so I can pop out here. Like it's a 10-minute walk. Hop on my bicycle. I came here in like 2 minutes. Portia, I used to get the ginger. It's candied ginger, but it's like just got sugar on the outside. That stuff is killer. That is my favorite type of like sweet treat, because it's just got enough sugar on it with the tartness of the ginger, and the ginger is kind of turned into almost like a jello, like a jelly, like a gummy underneath it, but it still has a crunch to it. So when you bite it, oh my god. So I would use that for my tea, or put it in my coffee back home. I chop it up really fine, toss it in my coffee or tea, and there was enough sugar on it that it was sufficient for what I needed. Love this. Love this. I think this is more than enough food to start your day. It's so funny, like I can cook at home and it's easy and cheap, but sometimes it's just about the same price to make a meal at home as it is to go out and eat here. Sometimes it's actually cheaper because I get more things, like all the fresh veg and stuff. But I made this at home, like the rice and the pork and the egg. Sure, I can make that up, no problem. But the pickled vegetables and everything else, I'm like, I don't always have that on hand. So I try to have a cucumber on hand. I don't always have the carrots or daikon. But I should probably do it. Mark, oh, your dinner's going to be Chinese black bean and garlic barbecue chicken, hash browns, and a garden salad with roasted sesame dressing. Australian fusion cooking at its best. Sounds amazing. Roasted sesame seeds and anything is like my crack. That's the other thing I put in my chili crisp. It's some freshly toasted sesame seeds. And I'll put those in at the end. I have to make my steamed chicken one day. When I was living in Prince Edward Island years ago, I worked for a gentleman who owned a Chinese restaurant in Canada, and he hired me to cook the Canadian food, or the Western food. He was having a hell of a time keeping chefs, or cooks at that stage, and I think the problem was the language barrier. His English was not great. He was an immigrant to Canada from China. And Wing was his name, Wing Wong. And he had his wife and children, and they had a house right next to the restaurant. And the other gentleman that worked there was Chris. He was also from China, a different part. But Wing took me under his wing, so to speak, and showed me how to cook a bunch of food. Because I used to eat meals with them. And he'd make traditional meals, and if I wanted to have dinner with them. which of course I did. But there's this one dish you made that I was always shocked at how simple it was. Just chicken steamed. I put it in a pot with ginger and scallion and water and a little cooking wine, Chinese cooking wine, and just cover it and steam it and cook it off. And then in a bowl, he would have ginger, scallion, and salt. And you'd heat up oil, and then you pour that over top of the scallion. Fucking brilliant. The flavor off of that was insane. So you just have white rice with your steamed chicken, and you spoon the sauce over the top. Fucking killer. I think it's a Hainanese chicken, but I haven't seen that version of it here. I've also seen scallion oil listed on places, so could be that. But I don't know what the actual name of it was. All I know is it was amazing, and I loved it. And I made it at home all the time. My ex-wife loved it. My son loved it. And a big truck of animals, I think. Could be chicken for all I know. Or nothing. Couldn't see anything. Finishing off my soup full of bits of rice and vegetables that fell off my fork. It's so good. I love these broths. They're just so light. Just a nice flavor. Perfect balance. But for perspective, there was food in every one of those dishes, and it's now all gone. Delightful. Delightful. Okay. Sorry. I missed a little bit of the chat, so catch up. Mark, did you do teaching yet? I've been doing a little bit online. I've gotten some. I'm meeting with somebody this afternoon to discuss local teaching jobs, so fingers crossed. But things are rapidly changing in my life. So, I talked about the consultancy stuff. I've had a few folks reach out interested in that. Just doing the video conference or the WhatsApp call. So I'm making arrangements with that. I've got a couple of other ideas of things that I would like to expand on as I get into it further. So I have a feeling and an inclination that, yeah, I can go and work and teach. I'm also looking at part-time work online for companies in Canada. I had one reach back out to me last night, or this morning, I guess, in y'all's time, and so they want to do an interview, so I submitted back, just my availability, which was like, yeah, just tell me when to log in, I'll be there. No biggie. Yeah, I'm just looking for part-time work for that. I mean, full-time if it's available, by all means, but a lot of what I'm finding is just part-time stuff, and customer service jobs, easy to deal with. And it's email, so it's not phone call stuff, which is great. I'm really quick with my keyboard skills, so I've done my last job was both phone calls and email, and I was the guy that could be listening on the phone call and responding to somebody else, and do two things at once. ADHD is a wonderful tool when you use it to your advantage. Multitasking like nobody's business. Yeah. Hey, Shop Champu. again, you guys gotta understand too, I only see the @ sign for whatever your YouTube sucks for comment stuff, so especially on mobile apps. So, but yes, lovely day. I agree. So if you have like a name that isn't in your @ I don't know it. They don't tell me. So it's lovely. Oh. What a beautiful day. I just realized there's a giant plastic crab right next to me. I gotta check this out. If I can zoom in a little bit. You can see it there. You can just see the legs of it, but creepy. I didn't realize it until too late. KC, how's Dean doing? Chatted with him yesterday. He was in good spirits, so you know, he's mending. He's healing. You know, pretty serious problem that he had, right? So what's going on here? I tried to hit the button so that I could adjust. I have a choice with the buttons, so I've got like a thumb thing. It'll either zoom or move the camera around, and I screwed it up. So yeah, so as far as I know, Dean's doing well. I haven't heard back from him yet today. Let me check and see if there's anything. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I sent a message just after 10, my time here. Nothing yet. He read it, but no response yet, so could be anything. And I'm okay. Like I said before, is like he needs to heal. You know, his priority is his health right now, so I'm not going to get in the way of that at all. Chatting with me is like the least important aspect of his day. I think a lot of times it was delicious. It was very good. I liked it. Thank you. I couldn't. So I know to say delicious is Chnang, but I haven't got the pronunciation down of it right yet. So I'm getting there. Some people understand it, some people don't, and I'm cool with it. Yeah, Chnang. I thought that was a really interesting. Chorchet is another one, I think. It's good. Chorchet. So, but yeah, I took my bicycle down here, and it was lovely. My apologies for tomorrow's video. So, you saw my last video. It was the bike ride up to the temple, that's just north of me here. That was actually fairly close to Angkor Wat, which blew my mind because of where we were. Because the little subdivisions here kind of trickle up towards up that area, so it's really cool. But yeah, so I took a ride down from there. I went down the main road and down here and followed the trail just to kind of showcase how the roads can, like, I showed the dirty, dusty road, and I wanted to showcase that, you know, there's more than that too. So that's going to be tomorrow. It's me yakking and doing that. KC, did they do a heart catheter or stents? So 2 stents were put in, and they did a balloon thing to, I think that would be the catheter to 2 arteries. So he had a lot happen at the same time. So he was being monitored for 24 hours. And when I talked with him yesterday, he said that the results were okay, but just that they wanted them to stay in town for a while longer. So, but when I was talking to them originally, they were already thinking of staying the weekend no matter what. And I was like, hell yeah, go do you, man. Just go, and you know, you've been through hell. Go enjoy your weekend and put on pen. So I'm 100% supportive of that idea. Like I said, I'm going to try to pop over next week, early in the week. So I'm thinking about Monday to Wednesday. Have 2 nights in a hotel. So it gives me an excuse to go into the Phnom Penh, right? So I hate that so much. I actually love those trips into the city. So, but yeah, and so today for you guys, yesterday for me was my sister's birthday. So that was kind of fun to reach out to her, and she's having a good day, doing some gardening, taking care, playing hooky from work. Like, yeah, Casey, certainly wish him well. He's a lovely guy. Oh, he is. Both Alan and Dean are great. It's funny, my my dad confuses them. Like he's like, which one's Alan? And I said, the chatty one is Dean. He goes, okay. And it's like he gets it. But yeah, I think there is a lifestyle change that's going to be happening for them. Well, obviously, when you have such procedures done to your heart, you don't have to look at your diet and your everything else. So I know that I have been paying attention to my health more and more as of late. So Alan Pepper, how is the expat community there? Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Mark, sorry, I missed yours. The music in the background is interesting. You can get pre-Khmer Rouge Cambodian pop music on CD really cheap. I got a heap at the Russian market and put on pen a few years back. Yeah. Yeah, the music scene in Cambodia was like massive before the Khmer Rouge, before Pol Pot. So, yeah. And that's a funny thing too, is like the music scene here. They have a bunch of artists, hip-hop especially, Vanda, who I would say is as good, if not better, than most of the ones back in the West. And kind of a mixture of the Khmer and English. And his beats are phenomenal. And the words resonate with the locals very well. So I'm like, dude, fucking amazing. I'm hearing more and more of the music. So like the song that's playing now, I've heard this a dozen times. No idea what's being said. But I know the song. Eventually one day I'll be singing along to it because I'm that guy. But Alan, sorry, not to bypass your question, I'm coming back to it. The expat community here is great. You can have as much or a little of it as you want. There's thousands of us here, scattered throughout the city. So there are some folks that are very low-key, that, you know, don't want much interaction. They'll have a few friends. There are others that, you know, there's game nights. So, you know, if you want to do trivia and stuff, that kind of stuff exists here. You know, there's plenty of bars if you're into that. There's tons of other things available too. So if basically whatever floats your boat, it's available here. And I just saw them walking by with that stick again, and a bag of looked like little tiny green apples. So I know it wasn't that. I don't imagine I'll see the fellows out for their evening cocktails, but that's okay. I'd much rather know that he's doing better. Yeah. Casey, I agree 100%. That's the thing too, is my, like, going out for cocktails is just, I've been up here now for what, almost 2 weeks? Yeah, tomorrow will be 2 weeks, and I haven't gone out for a drink at all. I mean, I got some beer for my place and stuff, but you know, when Sapal comes over and hangs out, we'll have a drink. You know, we have a limit of like 2 cans, and but for the most of the time, I don't have anything. I'm more interested in coffees and teas and water most of my day. The other day I drank like around 4 liters of water. I was just thirsty all day long, which was fine. Yeah, I gotta go this week. Coming up next, so actually next week when I get back, I'm gonna be going to Cam Smile to renew my work visa. There's two parts to the visas here. So you have the work permit and then the visa. So the work permit I need to renew. It expires in January, but you have until March to renew it. So I'm just gonna go do that. It's gonna cost me a couple $100. I don't do cocktails or beers, but I enjoyed chatting with Alan and Dean when I saw them. Yeah. I mean, I did that quite a few times too, but it kind of irked me that, you know, I'd go and sit down and I would have like a tea or a coffee, and it was more expensive than a couple of their cocktails. And I was like, God dang. I like the places that have the cheap coffee, and even like on Pub Street, like I don't know why you have to pay $1.50 for their coffees. It's like, whoa. But yeah, I think I'm more inclined to places like this, you know, that has laid back kind of chilled vibe. I think they do beer service here because I can see those big towers that they have. But again, I don't really go out at night here at all. I have no idea how loud the music is for you guys either, so I don't have any background muting today. So usually when I'm out, I in my post-production with my software at home, I can reduce the background noise. So whatever, I don't care. This may be one of those videos that gets no monetization, which is fine. I'll get notification. Usually I will have a notification early that, oh, there's a thing on your stream. There's no notifications here, so that's good. What are we doing? Let me see if I've got... I think they just turned it up too, which is kind of funny. That's so weird. My the YouTube studio, which is the thing that can control everything, I've mentioned that it's just garbage for doing live streams. So I'm looking in at my live stream parts. Nothing. There's nothing there. The volume's not bad. Okay. Thank you, Portia. Let me double check here. No, don't do that, Sean. Stop it. I keep forgetting that this phone is not anything but my hotspot right now. Oh, man. So, I use Cell Card as my cell phone carrier here. And, KC, wait, I'm a rogue. I carry 1.5 liter bottle of water and sip it at a bar if joining friends. I generally tip the servers. No one has complained. You know what? I should probably start doing that, especially because I'm going to be coming in from out here. I like carrying a bottle of water with me in my bike anyway, so I will do that. Portia, I bet you're right. Did they just turn up this? Yeah, I think it could be just the song, or maybe it's a song that one of the girls likes and she just wanted to crank it up. I mean, I was that guy at work. If there was a song I liked, you know, I was like, of course, it was always like, you know, the Charlie Brown Christmas. Yeah. What was I going to talk about? I don't remember. I got sidetracked. Amazing. Doesn't happen very often. I'm watching lads with giant bottles of water and like bags full of groceries just with them on their shoulders coming in and out. Back home you have like the poop trucks, you know, the dollies, and they'd load everything up with boxes. But you don't get boxes of crap here. Everything's just fresh. Like you'll get boxes like sodas and beers and that kind of stuff. But like back home you get like, you know, boxes of it sounds like Kamai Sade. I will say I agree. It's really good. I love the music here. I think I'm not complaining. And again, if if the monetization gets taken away, or if it goes to the artist, I won't argue that. I mean, you know, it's background noise, background music for me. But yeah, it's gotten a lot louder. I would say like threefold in sound, which is fine. I do enjoy these kind of streams where I get to just sit for a little while and enjoy instead of having to walk. It's every now and again too, I'll hear a song and this is Careless Whispers. If you hear this, it's a Khmer version of Careless Whispers. I heard this the other day and I was like, haha, oh, thank you. Portia, you rock. My phone carrier, yeah. So, sorry, I'm just tickled that I'm listening to a Khmer Careless Whispers. Casey, I'm a 66-year-old white guy, but I like Khmer rappers. Dude, I'm 57-year-old crazy white guy that likes Khmer music. The rapping is phenomenal. I hope you guys can hear this because it's cracking me up. So anyway, Cellcard's a company that I use. I've been using them since I got in Cambodia. I've tried a couple of the other ones as like backups for my other phones, and I just keep on going back to Cellcard because their service has been stable, it's consistent. They have a rollover, so like I had 25 gigs a month. If I didn't use all of it, whatever was left over would go to the next month, and on and on and on. So you can kind of keep it rolling. So right now I had like 120 gigs left over, and there was two plans that I was looking at. Well, I had one before. I was paying $6 for 60 gigs. Way too many gigabytes. I ended up having like 400 gigs left over. I'm like, that's just silly. So I changed down to the 25 gig plan. Now when I did that, I lost my extra data, which is no big deal. I don't care. At 25 gigs is plenty for me each month. I mean, I had 2 gigs in Canada. So having 25 is amazing. But doing these live streams twice a week, I'm going to be using between 5 and 7 gigs a week. And so I knew the 25 was going to be pushing it, that I'd be eating into my bonuses. So I upped it to a $5 a month plan instead of $4. And with the $5, I get 40 gigs. 40 gigs is plenty. So I have the same plan on my iPhone. So I'm spending $10 a month on cell phone plans. And I get 80, basically I'm getting 80 gigs a month between the two. You don't understand a damn word that they're rapping, but the rhythm and flow is banging. Dude, I'm right with you, right with you. So my $25 plan, my 25 gig plan was going up on the 12th, which was yesterday here. So at like 3 o'clock in the morning, it was going to be doing its thing. So now on the 11th, they were doing upgrade on the service. It was just on the portal for making payments and things. So they said, you know, bear with us. And so it was going to be from like midnight until 6 a.m. on the 11th. So I was like, I'm fine. That evening, I'm going to change it over and I'll get the new plan. So I went and changed to the new plan. I got charged. I had money on my account, so I got charged for it. Got the SMS message. I'm like, okay, good. I'm going to bed, type of thing. I wake up, and I had 2 plans on my phone, the same phone. You can only get one, and they charged me for the $4 plan too. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I opened the service ticket with them. You can do it in the app, and Oh, Mark. Sean, do you know the rules about when you variously use Cambodian, Khmer, or Khmer, asking for a friend? So I can answer that quickly. Cambodian you can use whenever you want. Khmer is the general term that most people use here for, like, if you're talking about the language, the people, everything. Khmer is used when you're referring to the Khmer Rouge. My understanding is that that's the only time that they use it here, and so that's it. Also, if you want to really get fancy, you can say Kampuchea instead of Cambodia, and they like that. So there you go. Yeah, and Casey, as you said, it doesn't really matter. Hey, Ian. I mentioned it earlier. So anyway, here I am with my plan, and I've got both profiles, both plans active on my profile. So I sent a message to them and I said, hey, this is what happened. And again, things get lost in translation a little bit. So I just said, keep the $5 plan, remove the $4 plan, give me my money back for the $4 plan. All's good. And then they're like, okay. So they went and go do it. And then they got rid of the $4 plan. I had the $5 plan, lost all the data. It was supposed to roll over this time. And then I saw the credit. I'm like, oh, okay, good. Then I got another text message and they charged me again for the $4 plan. So I had the $5 plan with the $4 plan attached to it. I'm like, oh, son of a. So they, I went back into the support and they opened up another ticket. So now I have the two plans active on my profile, but I got my money back and my data back. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Hello, Kaz. Hello. Just joining. Always appreciate having you here. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So getting back to the Khmer versus Khmer and Cambodia. Basically, as long as you are kind, I don't think they're going to give you shit for saying anything. You're getting hot today, phone. Red ants? God damn it. I think it crawled up on the chair. Red ants are my nemesis here. One of the joys of living out in the beautiful wilderness here, bugs. Oh, Casey, I'm with you 100%. Yeah, I'm increasing my word knowledge, but my written is pointless. So I use Translate, right? So sometimes when I talk to Sopal, if she's in a rush, she just types in Khmer. And so I'll get a message in Khmer, I just copy it, translate it, and I read it. And then while I'm in the Translate app, I'll respond to her, and I'll type away mine in English, and then, you know, copy and paste it in Khmer into her. So she loves when I can do that for her, because it makes her life easier. She doesn't have to translate anything. So she's busy at work. I do that. But as I'm typing, I'm watching the text go, and it's just like, I'll see like a letter, and then it will kind of like, it'll do another thing on it. It's like, wait, you had squiggles to say things? So like, what the hell? So yeah, I don't think I'll ever be able to read it. Yes, Portia. Is Cambodia, Kampuchea similar to Florence Firenze? Yes. And do you know the history or significance at all by chance? So Kampuchea is the original word for Cambodia years ago. If you look on maps from like the Vietnam era, Kampuchea is listed there. So that's what I found when I was in Vietnam. So it's one of those terms that kind of flows back and forth. They respond both to Cambodia and Kampuchea. It's a word that they're proud of. I guess in Canada, you know, Canuck and Canadian. You know, you're fine with it either way. As long as you're not talking hockey in some areas, you're okay. But no, here, like when I order a beer sometimes, and it's like, by B Kampuchea, which would be 2. Mark, time for a segue. How do you find the expat community in Siem Reap? That is, Canadians versus Americans versus Australians versus British, Scandinavians, Westerners. Western Europeans. So, I would say in Siem Reap, you have a large percentage of Australians and folks from the UK, from my experience, where I've been. It could be just in the circles and areas that I'm hanging out, but I find that that's a lot. I know there is a large French community here, but they tend to do their own thing, from my understanding. I've met a few Canadians and a few Americans here. I would say, honestly, the percentage for us is much lower than Western European or Australian. But yeah, it's you get a little bit of everything here, to be honest. Like, there's plenty of folks from all over the place. Red ants, you need to fuck off. There's no food. Not any reason to be here. Other than just trying to crawl all over me and bother me. Fuckers. This is the one time I'd rather mosquitoes than an ant. Yeah, so my history with the red ants here, there's these little teeny tiny ones. They're like, we call them like a sugar ant back home, but they're not sugar ants, they're little tiny red ants. And I had them in a couple of my apartments here, and they like to get at you when you least expect it. They'll get you on your feet, or they'll come up on your arms. And for whatever reason, in abundance of bites like that, I have allergic reaction to them. And it's nothing detrimental, but I get hives kind of thing all over my arms, and it's just itchy as fuck. So I'm like, if I see a red ant of any shape, I'm like, fuck off, die. I didn't kill it, I blew it off. And they fly, they're okay. Exactly, Casey. Yep. Wide variety of expats every evening from every country imaginable, and it's true. And that's one thing I do like here, is the fact that there are people from all over the world that just come here. And if you have a mindset, let's say like you're on a spiritual journey, or you're trying to just reset your life, and you just, you don't want to have to deal with the West anymore, you want to live a new life. Those people are all here. If the partying and that is your thing, that's here too. I mean, it's not just one thing. But for me, my quest is the whole spiritual side of things. Like, I wasn't raised religious at all, but I've always been curious about religions. Even though I wasn't religious, I always had a spiritual side to me. I was more drawn to the Native American Indian. The Hopi tribe was one that I really appreciated when I met some of the folks from that tribe. I gelled with. So different religions and different belief systems resonate with me. I never was really comfortable with like the Catholicism or the Protestants. It just didn't jibe, and that comes from my love of history, seeing how much violence came from that. Like, just going back to the Spanish Inquisition and all that kind of stuff. I didn't like the history that comes from that. I couldn't understand as a young man how a belief of one God and peace and love, but violence towards people that didn't believe the same thing you did, just did not jive with my head. So everywhere I've gone, I've always kind of dipped my toe in the religious aspect of things. Again, not a religious person, but here, I've mentioned it before, going to temples, that it's something different for me here, and it clicks very well. And my friends that are very Buddhist, we have conversations about it, and I guess the life that I live is more in tune with what their belief structures are, so I get more of it. So I think that's why the temples resonate with me more loudly than others would. But a lot of folks come here, and I think that the energy that's here just hits different. if you're open to it. Casey, not to paint with a broad brush, but most of the Brits, Aussies, and Turks are quite fond of a pint. Too fond. You know what? I can't argue that. But again, I mean, that's the same with most Americans, Canadians. Like we do enjoy a good, you know, a good bend of the arm, I guess you could say. But I will say, they get wasted. Yeah, that I don't mind going up for a couple of cocktails or a couple of drinks, and you know, getting a little bit of a, you know, that ooh, I had 2 beers kind of thing, a feeling. It's fine. But to have a, you know, a couple dozen, or you know, just getting shit hammered, I don't have any. That doesn't have any place in my life at all. Like I would much rather have 1 or 2 beer, and get up early the next morning and go for a walk than to have 4 or 5 and have to sleep in. So, but mind you, sleeping in is a perk now that I'm able to do it, even without alcohol. It's great. Yeah. Yeah, I find, Casey, that for me, Pub Street and Soxen, you have folks that will come in, like the tourists that'll come and dip their toes, and you know, they want to go out and you know, Pub Street, and I've talked to Alan and Dean about this, is like it's not really pubs anymore. There's no pubs. It's mostly restaurants with the odd nightclub. So, but the name is what it is, and that's why people go there. But the tourists will go in to dip their toes in just to go and see it, and you know, have a drink or eat their meal. And Casey, you're right. Alcohol is too cheap here for those with drinking issues. It can become a real pain in the backside. But even with the prices, with the consumption I've seen on some people, it's not that cheap, but cheaper than it would be back home. Yeah, so you kind of have those, the tourists will dip their toes into that, and I like to go into Pub Street and see the energy and the vibe. I usually try to leave like around 7, like, you know, get in there around 5 or so, you know, have a beer or 2 and chat, and then dip out. But I've gone around and walked in the evening time, because when I lived down there, I would just go out for walks in the night, because you know, I'm right there. And as the hours progress, you could see people getting sloppier and sloppier. And the parts that I don't like showed up later on in the evening. So for me, it was just easy to say 7 o'clock is my, you know, between 7 and 9, I'm good. I'm going home after that. You know, even when you're doing the trivia, you can be done by 9:30. You know, have a couple of drinks and head home. And that to me was fun. I enjoyed that aspect. Mm-hmm. Casey, exactly. Stroll Pub Street to do people watch and not partying or eating. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever... No, I've never ordered a meal on Pub Street. Again, I don't... Like, growing up in Florida, tourist areas mean nothing to me. You know, I would much rather a non-touristy area if I had my druthers. So, yeah, Pub Street doesn't really appeal to me in the slightest, but got a family coming in. How has the noise been around your new place? It's been non-existent. It's been really quiet and perfect, so I enjoy it greatly. Yeah, last night, I think it was around 9 o'clock, I did some cooking in the house, so I don't have proper ventilation for that, so I'd made rice and, you know, cooked, and by the time I was done, it was a little steamy in the apartment, so I could have turned on the AC, but I just opened up the door, went outside for a little bit, and I just kind of walked around the block to cool off. And it was just lovely. The only thing I could hear was like crickets and the odd, you know, bird. That's it. Like even now, I hear the odd like motorcycle, and that's it during the day. Sure, Mark, the segues are fine, man. I'm down for them. Another segue. How about I move to somewhere different in Cambodia, Battambang, Kampot, Kep, your views? Yeah, I think it's depending on what you're looking for. Kampot and Kep are beautiful. If it was me, I'd just go to Kampot. I just think that there's more, it's more economical there. Kep is really quiet, but a little bit more pricey. But Kampot, you can find reasonable accommodations. You're only like 20-minute drive to Kep. I would be curious to try it for like a few months at a time. I think, honestly, keeping Siem Reap as my home base is going to maintain. This is where my heart is definitely here in Siem Reap. So Battambang, maybe in a year or two, once they get the road construction done. It's a beautiful little city, and I'd like to see it when it's not under construction. So that's been the only problem for me, is just that it's always been under construction every time I've gone. But there's other places I want to go. That's the thing, is like, depending on what you need, you know. Phnom Penh, too busy of a city for me. Like, it's a big city, which suits some people. You know, I know folks that, you know, they've lived in Toronto or they've lived in LA, and that noise they need. I don't. I prefer to get as far away from it as possible. But Kampot, honestly, if I ever move again, Kampot would be my next choice here, out of the city. If I left Siem Reap, I've contemplated even this year. I was thinking of going for January last September. I was thinking of it, but my life has changed so much since that. That's the thing. You kind of make plans, but it's like writing in sand. You know, a wave comes by and erases it all. So, but yeah, so many different places here. I want to travel the east end of the country more, along the Vietnam border. I've wanted to go there, and I haven't had the opportunity yet. So it's on my list of things to do. One of the things I want to do is to take my motorcycle, ship it down to Kampot, spend a week or two there, and then drive back up to Siem Reap, but go up the east coast. So go past Phnom Penh and then just up, and you know, take 70 kilometers or something in a day, an easy ride on the motorcycle, and spend a couple of weeks coming back. And if I find a place I like that I want to spend a couple of days at, just book it for me when you're there. Casey, for me, Siem Reap is the perfect place. Not too big, but everything I need is available and it's beautiful. It's exactly it for me. You know, it's got everything I desire in a place. That's the thing too for me, is like when I came to Cambodia, Siem Reap was the first place I came to. And the minute that I got off the bus from Giant Ibis, like I traveled from Bangkok to here to do a visa run to get back into Thailand. And basically the minute I got off of the bus and was here, I felt comfortable, I felt at home, and I didn't see a need to go anywhere else. And that's resonated. Like, it's 2 years now and I'm still feeling it the same way, you know? It's a perfect place for me, to be honest. But, you know, it's my home, and that's just how it is. Sorry, I just thought I got a notification, but I did not on my phone. We're good. Make sure it wasn't in Messenger. Nope. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, I'd like to take a trip around, so we'll see. Work is my priority right now. The thing is if I can land one of those customer service jobs working part-time back in Canada, if I can just take my laptop with me and do the travels and take my mornings, you know, sleep in a little bit. So if I'm working overnight, because again, you're doing a 12-hour difference in time, so most of the time I'd be starting like a 9 to 5 would be 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. here. And then I could probably go out and have breakfast, which would be my dinner, crash out for a couple of hours, you know, 4 or 5 hours, and then get up and have my day. So I think I could balance that while traveling. We'll see. If it doesn't work out right, then what I do is I just bring my happy ass back home and work. It's just not the end of the world. Fucking lovely here. Okay, was that an ant biting me? Now I'm hearing beautiful girl. I'm feeling ants on me, but there's none. I think I've lost my mind. But I am looking at the time, and I've been going for an hour and a quarter. And I do have other things I need to get going here and doing. So hope you guys are okay if I head off. I enjoyed this. This was fun. I will be doing more of this if that's okay with you guys. I like the coming out to a little restaurant and chilling out for a while, having a chat. It's beautiful here. I think we'll do like, I think the weekend stream will maintain like a walking thing potentially, and then one day a week I'll just do this. I'll come and hang out with you guys and have something to eat or drink and chat during the afternoon. So, have I ever been to Laos? No, I have not. Portia, it is on my list of places to visit. I have a trip planned to Vietnam this year. I want to see more of it. And that's kind of another thing for my mom. So I set aside some of the money for my mom from when she passed on that I'm going to take this trip. And then I think either later in the year or early next year I'll go up and visit to Laos. The other thing too is I'm kind of waiting for the whole border thing with Thailand, because I would, if I go up to Laos, go up to Vientiane, then I'd like to cross in and maybe back that way. I don't know. None of it's set in stone, but yeah, Laos is on my list of places to visit for sure. I mean, I know less about that than I knew about Cambodia when I got here, which was basically nothing. So anyway, I'm gonna head off. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with me. So we did hour and 15 minutes. I will take that as a win. I don't know how it's done, but if you do a YouTube community post, you can announce an upcoming live show. Yeah, Casey, I know I can, but these are usually kind of spontaneous where I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll do this, and then I'll head off, and I got like a 5-minute thing. And for me, it's not important to make sure that everybody gets notified about it. If you see it and you come along, that's cool. The video will be there afterwards anyway. People watch it. But yeah, thanks so much for coming out. I'll see you guys in our next one. So yeah, video tomorrow, live stream the day after, temples. So should be a lot of fun. But I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.